it's Moji from Blue Daisy with another beginner's guide, and this month we're talking about composting. Composting is nature's recycling. It's a natural process where you can take your food waste, yard waste, and other organic materials like paper and cardboard and transform them into healthy, food growing, carbon sequestering, and regenerative soil. When we throw our food or yard waste in the trash bin, it ends up in your local landfill, where these materials don't break down properly, which leads to the creation of a powerful greenhouse gas called methane. And those valuable organic nutrients are unable to return to the soil. Your options for composting will depend on where you live, but the great news is there are so many different ways that you can get into composting. If it's an option where you live, check out your area's local curbside pickup program, or check out if there are private companies that will help offer pickup services for you. They will usually provide a bin, schedule a pickup day, and then do all the hard work for you. Andrea DeWench's family composts in Uxbridge, Ontario through their Regional Organics Collection Program. They collect food waste in the kitchen and put it on the curb in their green bin for pickup once a week. They also collect any compostable yard waste in large paper bags, which is also collected at a curb bi-weekly. These collected items are then turned into usable compost for the gardeners and offered back to the residents free of charge every spring. If you have a yard or extra outdoor space, you can experiment doing it yourself with an outdoor compost pile. This option does require a little bit of skill and care to keep the organic materials balanced with the right amount of air, water, and attention. But similar options include composting tumblers and composting bins. So let's check out Mai's composting tumbler in Texas.
So waste, of course, clean waste that I take from the kitchen, I conveniently store here in this, what they call a tumbler, compost bin that I purchased on Amazon. It was sort of a middle of the road. What works really well for my suburban yard here is I can put it in kind of a secluded area of my yard. It's on a stand. I don't have to worry about high water or my dogs getting into it.
At the PNC, the team used wood from old pallets to build a composting bin. Yard waste, like grass clippings, will be collected to create compost for the PNC garden. You can also compost if you live in an apartment. There are some low maintenance options that take place mostly indoors without needing very much space. You can set up a worm bin and compost through a process called vermicomposting. You can also compost through a process called bokashi composting. This is what I use at home, and it's a process where you ferment your food scraps in a 5-gallon bucket using an inoculated bran. Occasionally, you drain the liquids out of the bottom of the bin, which can be used as liquid fertilizer in your garden. Once the bin is full, you can bury the compost in your backyard or in a container. Or you can purchase a countertop composting machine. Mike Profetto and his family bought a Lomi for their home in California. Let's take a look at how that's going for them.
Alright, so we have our compost. Yeah, cookie. So it's this, and we're gonna add it to yesterday's compost. Think we're gonna do this one? Alright. Yeah. And yeah. Alright. So composting is fun and it's easy, and it makes our family more sustainable.
Clementine is right, and I'll leave you with a few final tips to get started. If you're worried about smell or fruit flies, you can always leave your food waste in a container in the fridge or freezer throughout the week and then take it out at the end of the week to your bin or whatever solution that you've decided on. If you're worried about attracting pests to an outdoor bin, leave out meat, fish, dairy, and large amounts of grease from your bin. You can use the amazing compost you've created instead of store-bought fertilizer to add nutrients to your garden and grow more food right at home.